Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl Chic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Child, it's a lot going down. Come on in. Please like, share, and subscribe as you come on in. R. Kelly was like, listen, I know y'all been focusing on Diddy, but I need for y'all to remember that I am the original predator. I am the original predator. Come on in, come on in. I want to talk about some things. Some important things. Yes. Come on in. Breaking news today. In the world of the Kells. R. Kelly, come on in. Living to life. Oh, she says, oh no, right. Oh no, it's a lot. Hello, Ariane. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Nico, what's up? What's up? Yvonne, hello, welcome, 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 y'all. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? I want to talk about some things because many people may not be surprised, but at the same time, it's just like, well, it's been a while since this has happened. And you said you told when, and we're in 2024. So yes, let R. Kelly's daughter. I'm gonna share my screen, show you what I was looking at as I prepared for this live. So People's Magazine. R. Kelly's daughter, Buku, says singer SA'd her as a child. I was too scared to tell anybody. As a child, this Buku is grown. Let me see. How old is she now? 22, 3. So Buku's about 26 years old right now. So she said that this happened as a child. Who's known that this has happened? Who knew? Who knew? Did mommy know? Like, who knew? Because she's been an adult for a while and he's been locked up since she's been an adult. He's been going through his court cases since she's been an adult. So why are we just now hearing about this? So we're going to get into this article because a lot of people got questions and some people are questioning the validity of all of this. I'm not, but there are some people who are questioning it. And so we'll try to get into probably some whys behind that as far as maybe with some of the comments we may see. But I think some people are questioning it from what I've seen because of the timing as to her now speaking on it. But I don't know. Let's get into it. So this is people.com. This is a picture of his daughter, Buku Abi. That's her stage name. Well, she's changed her name. That's not her birth name. Her birth name is Joanne. So with Drea Kelly, he had 3 kids, like 2 girls and a son. So R. Kelly's daughter, Abuku Abi, is speaking out publicly. The article goes on to say R. Kelly's daughter, Abuku Abi, is speaking out publicly for the first time about the alleged abuse she suffered during her childhood at the hands of her father. The final minutes of TVEI streaming network's new 2-episode documentary, Karma, A Daughter's Journey, which appeared today, claimed that Abi, 26, was abused by the singer as a child and first reported it to her mother in 2009 when she was 10 years old. 2009. So she was 10, 9, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. So that's 15 years ago. So her mother has sat on this information for 15 years. For 15 years. Everybody who have made allegations about this man as of late have all been within the past 15 years. So think about the lives that have been impacted by this man in the past 15 years. And then now that we know that his then wife, Drea, knew that he was a predator. How? For one, because he preyed on their child, their daughter, who was 10 years old at the time. The article goes on to say, he was my everything. For a long time, I didn't even want to believe that it happened. I didn't know that even if he was a bad person, that he would do something to me. She says in the documentary, the first episode, which is streaming now. I was too scared to tell anybody. I was too scared to tell my mom. So she finally did tell her mom in 2009. And clearly nothing happened because we're just now hearing about this. I got to look up and see when Drea divorced him, but she didn't do what she was supposed to do as a mother, which was to report him because he was still roaming the streets. This man just got locked up within the last 3 years? Though Abby was born Joanne Kelly does not go into detail about the alleged abuse in the first episode. She says that she believes jail is a well-suited place for Kelly, 57, to be, as she knows from her personal experience. Quote, I feel like that 1 millisecond completely just changed my whole life and changed who I was as a person and changed the sparkle I had and the light I used to carry, she says. After I told my mom I didn't go over there anymore, my brother Robert and sister Ja, we didn't go over there anymore. And even up until now, I struggle with it a lot. The episode ends with information about delayed disclosure, which explains that many victims of child SA wait years or decades to reveal what happened to them. In the second episode, Buku goes into more detail about the alleged abuse, which she says happened when she was 8 or 9. Whoo, child. I just remember waking up to him touching me. She recalls crying, and I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of laid there and I pretended to be asleep. How many times have you all maybe heard people say that? Like when I've heard people like talk about times of being violated and they were asleep and being awakened and, by a predator, I've heard them talk about, trying to lay there and be and play sleep and just, you just want to think it's just a nightmare. So for her to say, I just I laid there and pretended to be asleep. It's just, I just heard far too many victims say that that's what they did at a time when they were being violated. Buku says she eventually told her mother what happened, and they went to the police and filed a complaint as Jane Doe, but she adds in the documentary they couldn't prosecute him because I waited too long. So at that point in my life, I felt like I said something for nothing. In a statement to People, Kelly's attorney, Jennifer Bogine, said Mr. Kelly vehemently denies these allegations. His ex-wife made the same allegations years ago, and it was investigated by the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services and was unfounded. And the filmmakers whom they are did not reach out to Mr. Kelly or his team to even allow him to deny these harmful claims. In February 2023, Kelly was sentenced in Chicago to 20 years in prison on charges of child pornography and enticement of minors of sex. The year prior, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison for racketeering and sex trafficking charges based out of New York. He's currently serving 19 years of his 2-year sentences currently, and he will be eligible for release in 2045. The Ignition remix singer was acquitted of child pornography charges in 2008 after allegations had surrounded him for decades, People previously reported. R. Kelly's Karma, A Daughter's Journey, follows his family as they try to move on with their lives after his arrest and sentencing. And Abby prepares to welcome prepares to welcome a child of her own. Kelly's ex-wife, Andrea, who finalized her divorce from the singer in 2009 and has also accused him of abuse, as well as their children, Ja, 23, and Robert, 22, are also featured in the documentary, as are Andrea's parents, Clifford and Melissa. Part 1 of the series features Andrea's harrowing account of the night she left Kelly for good and took her 3 children out of the home they shared to her father, Clifford, whom the kids had never met before due to Kelly's alleged controlling behavior. Abby says life in their father's shadow was difficult and she struggled with suicidal thoughts. It's a lot. It is a lot. They're saying, listen, we went to the police. It was too late. Let me continue on before I go further with my thoughts. I just got to the point where I didn't care anymore. I didn't care if I lived or died, she says. I remember one day my mom and I went to Target and I had to use the bathroom. We went to the bathroom and she came out and I was washing my hands and she saw that my wrists were all cut up and she just immediately dropped everything. And she was asking like, what's going on? Are you okay? She was really worried. And in that moment, I broke down and I had to tell her, I don't think I'm okay. I don't think that I can do this. I don't think that I'm going to make it through to live out the rest of my life. Meanwhile, all the parties involved in the document say that they're satisfied with Kelly's lengthy prison sentence. If you don't want to go to jail, don't do shit that gets you locked up, Robert Jr. says, while Ja adds, you make your bed, you lay in it. R. Kelly's Karma, A Daughter's Journey is streaming now on TVEI streaming network. I'm going to show, let me know your thoughts. My thoughts, they said they went to the police, nothing happened. But my thoughts is, say if nothing did happen with the police, that wouldn't stop me from goddamn telling everybody, at least, us announcing it and just putting word out. Because given that she was his wife, these are his children, people are going to be listening to, what people got, their voices. I feel like still they were quiet about it because I never heard about this. I don't know if any of you all, you can let me know in the comments if you all heard during this time or back then in the early parts. This is 2009. Did you all hear any allegations of R. Kelly being abusive to his children? Any SA allegations? Because I feel like, Drea could have still just brought it to the forefront herself and be like, this person abused my child. They did this. I told the police, they're saying this. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they couldn't have stopped them from using their voices if the police didn't do nothing. Okay, the court of public opinion, in my thought, could have impacted his career. Like, I don't know, because even since then, y'all, there was points where, Drea was kind of quiet, even when people was coming out saying, that he, preyed on them. I remember there was times where it seemed like Drea was, kind of like saying things that was kind of like favorable to him. Y'all let me know what y'all remember, like back when, all the stories was going around, the documentaries, like people was looking at Drea. I think her name was coming up into some stuff where people were like, Drea, some of these people who said they were a victim of his were like, Drea was around, it was on the scene. I need to see when she left him. Let me see. When did Drea leave R. Kelly? Because the little girl, the late daughter says she told her mom in 2009. Leave R. Kelly. Let's see. So Drea was married to R. Kelly for 13 years from 96 to 2009. So it looks like when she learned of what happened, she divorced him. But to me, she just walked away silently. Y'all remember for a long time, we didn't even know R. Kelly was even damn married. I remember that. I remember when I first learned that he had a wife. I'm like, who got a wife? Because he didn't move. He didn't talk about. He wasn't an artist that made it be known that he like had a whole family out there like that. So I just remember when I learned he had a wife and they had been married for years. By the time I learned of that woman's existence, they probably had been married almost a good 10 years by the time I learned of her existence. But I just feel like even if the authorities didn't do anything because they said it was too much time that had passed. Let me try to do the math, y'all. So they were married for 13 years. Let me see, when was she born? What year was Joanna Kelly born? Because she said, oh, let me see, y'all. I'm trying to damn do the math. Joanna Kelly. I want to see what year was she born. She was born in 98. So she was born in 98, 2008, 2009. So it was like, so by the time her mom came to know about it, she was like an 11. She was like 11. She said it happened when she was around 8 or 9. So it was about 2 to 3 years after it happened. So the way Joanna's telling the story, it almost seems like what we read. She described one time when he came in there. So I don't know if like he only did that like the one time, but following that incident, it was about maybe like 2 to 3 years afterwards, and they were saying in the article that it was too much time that had passed. Y'all, I thought when it come to child stuff, there was like no statute of limitation. I thought like it like that wasn't a thing as far as with, because when she did tell or say it, she was still a minor. So I didn't think there was really like, I thought it wasn't no statute of limitation for stuff like that. I don't know. Let me get through these comments, see what y'all saying, because my mind is just all over the place. I'm just trying to get them. Y'all know how I do. I be trying to make sense of this. I'm trying to make sense of this foolishness. I've been playing around with Diddy for weeks with following his shenanigans. So now I got to switch gears over to R. Kelly and his damn dusty ass. So now we back on him, but we ain't off of Diddy yet, because this is industry stuff, y'all. This is stuff that goes on in the industry, and it all ties together. And listen, let me get into these comments. Let me stay focused. Let me stay focused. Let me see. Hey, P, what's up? What's up? Welcome. Hey, Suze. Suze, I'm sorry. You say once again, no notice. Listen, I'm just happy you found me. You found your girl. I haven't been on here that long. So thank you. You found me. You found me. Look at God. You found me. Hey, Pink, what's up? Hey, Rhoda, what's up, girl? What's up? What is going on? Y'all, have y'all hit the like button? Y'all, I got questions. Look, Rhoda said, listen, Drea's an idiot too. Yeah, folks been looking at Drea side-eyed. And that's partly probably why some people probably not even believe in the daughter because of Drea. But there are people who are questioning the validity of this story. I also learned too that Drea has a book coming out. Are y'all aware? Drea has a book. She has a book. So we're going to get into some things, but I just want to try to see what y'all saying, because I have a trailer to play of this documentary that the family is in. Nico said, I haven't heard, but Drea constantly bragged about having been married to him. Right. Like, girl, like she didn't do enough to me. I'm just saying, as a mother, because I'm a mother, as a mother, I don't think she did enough. I don't think she did enough, meaning like, okay, she went to the authorities, but that don't goddamn mean you sit the hell down and shut the hell up. That just mean, okay, well, let me go ahead and get on this internet, because she ain't got no problem get on the goddamn internet and pop locking, twerking it out. Y'all, I done seen plenty of videos with Drea dancing and breaking it down to the ground at her out there mid 50 year, however old she is. So she really ain't no stranger to the camera or the internet. She has no problem turning on that internet and making it do what a damn do. I've seen her plenty of times over the years. And when I have seen her, it has been since she's been divorced, because prior to when she was married to him, y'all, we didn't know who the hell this damn woman was. I know I didn't. But once she left him and got divorced, then that's when I started to see her on the scene. But she wasn't on the scene talking about what the hell this man had done to her child. She wasn't on the scene like that. She was on the scene letting it be known that I'm Mrs. Kelly and I got his kids. And R. Kelly is the best singer in the world. Like, she wasn't on the internet for the right reasons. She clearly was not on the internet for the right reasons, because there ain't no way in hell now, as her daughter, who's now a grown woman preparing for motherhood herself, this is just now coming out. And now Drea, your goddamn ass wanna goddamn be boo-hooing on any documentary that you can be a part of, trying to tell your part of the story and talk about he did this, that, and the third. But in real time, when this ish was going down, you didn't have ish to say. You didn't have a goddamn thing to say. But now, We TV, Lifetime, Hulu, Zulu, Bulu, whoever the hell they got something to say and want to talk about his ass, you front and center. You front and center. And I'm pretty sure a check is involved. So she can goddamn miss me with that. But I don't want the kids' children to have to catch the flack or the heat because of their damn dumbass mama. Because it's not fair to them. It's not fair to them that they mama didn't show up for them in the way that she should have. It's not fair that she wasn't operating as a mother, as Kiki called a mother. She wasn't operating as a mother, because a mother would have did more to try to make sure that her child got the attention she needed for what happened to her. So therefore, that man, that predator, could be dealt with. Her mother dropped the ball. Her mom dropped the ball, period. She dropped the ball. Fifi says, I am in the ER, so I cannot hear, but I do not believe these allegations. Listen, Fifi said, I don't believe it. I said, y'all, some people do not believe it. Fifi said, I said it. Rhoda says, yeah, she has Stockholm syndrome. Devon says, hello, what's up, Devon? Yvonne says, some of those girls said Drea helped groom them. I knew I was hearing her name in the story where some of those girls were saying that they'd go to the house, and there was times where she was there. She was there. Fifi says, if you haven't read this book, you'll understand. If you haven't read his book, you'll understand why I said it. VP says, Rhoda, I have spinal issues and this pain is crazy. And my mom is admitted in another hospital and it's rough for brother and I. Please pray for us. Prayers to you, VP. Prayers to you. Take care of yourself and your family. Take care of yourself. And thank you for tuning in while you navigate through what you're going through. Karen says, I'm a little late. What's up, Karen? You hear. That's all that matters. Ariane says, Drea is sick too, because there's no way I'm going through all that with my daughter telling me and then stay and then divorce him and then keep his last name. All of that. Because she sure ain't dropped no Kelly. Like I said, she been on this internet goddamn pop lock and that she can do the goddamn splits. Y'all think Rose bad when you can do the splits in the air. Have y'all seen Drea Kelly? Rose ain't got ish on Drea Kelly when it comes to them moves. Rose Miller of Queen of Kings ain't got ish on Drea Kelly when it comes to them moves. So she ain't got a problem showcasing her ass on the internet. But when it was time to speak up for her child, then it was radio silence and crickets. But now for a check, oh, she like, okay, what y'all want to know? Yeah, she ready to just talk and tell it all. Okay. VP say Drea is sick. Yes, VP, Drea is sick. Your mom began said, me too. VP say Drea want money. You said that's what it's about. Drea want a check. Drea is about that check. Clearly, that's why she probably didn't leave his ass until when them checks, that money started dwindling. That's probably when she jumped ship. Nico said, I do remember Drea stating that the daughters hadn't spoke to her dad in years, and this was before the big case. But she never said why. Why was she protecting him? Why? I wonder, was she protecting him or quiet because she felt guilty about some ish, because she knew people was going to be turning to her, asking her questions, wondering, what the hell were you? How did this get missed? What else has he done? She didn't want to be put in the hot seat. Devon says, I believe the statute of limitation depends on the state. Okay. Ariane says, we will keep you in prayer. VP, yes, we will. Sue said everything was with celebrities always it revolves around music coming out, movies, books, etc. It's the industry, y'all. So I want to get back to what we were looking at. There's a trailer. There's a trailer I want to show you all for the show with this project that the family is a part of, the kids and Drea. So, so yeah, let's get into this. Let me.
So R. Kelly's daughter, Buku Abi, whose real name is Joanne Kelly, she spoke out in support of her father's accusers in a lengthy Instagram post. So she claims to be devastated.
And today R. Kelly was sentenced to prison for his many crimes against underage girls.
Nobody wants to be the child of the father that is out here hurting women and children.
Everywhere we go, everything we do, it's always going to have some type of like double meaning under it, or someone's going to read between lines that aren't there.
He knows exactly why we can't have the relationship that we would have liked to have with him.
Just because you're not a good husband doesn't mean you can't be a good father. And the fact that he didn't even try. What he did to me, he did to me. But you didn't have to do it to my damn kids.
What he has done to those kids, there is no other word for him. He's a monster.
I know that there were so many things going on. There were some times I thought I wouldn't make it.
He was my everything. For a long time, I didn't even want to believe that it happened. I didn't know that even if he was a bad person, that he would do something to me. I really feel like that 1 millisecond completely just changed my whole life. If my son asks questions, I'm going to be as truthful as possible. But I would not be taking my son to a prison to meet his grandfather.
Sometimes it was easy to not say anything.
So it's a sad story. I definitely feel like her multiple people dropped the ball in that young lady's life. Of course, her parents, R. Kelly, her father, who she's saying abused her, and her mother isn't exempt from this because I truly feel like her mother could have done more on the back end to see to it that she got some type of justice. Because even if for whatever reason the police say, hey, we've reached the statute of limitation, just y'all know that cancel culture could have been in existence back then. Y'all know if Drea would have came out talking, saying this about R. Kelly, this would have impacted his career. And that's probably too why she didn't want to say it, because she's like, okay, he done whatever. The police saying, okay, it's out of the statute of limitation, it's too late. But if I take it to the streets, man, I really could use this money though. It's going to impact the money coming in. Damn. All right, we're in a catch. All right, baby, come over here. Let me give you a hug. It's going to be all right. We just going to listen. We just going to just make sure that he continue to run us our money and take care of us, because yeah, he was wrong for that. But seemed like he ain't going to be able to go to jail. So ain't no need of messing up the bag and just, impacting, the money that we can get. So come on, baby, let's go shopping. I'm trying to rationalize this shit, y'all, because it makes no sense as to why she didn't take it to the streets herself and put the word out there as to what he done to her child. Like, it makes no sense to me. And the only thing I can think of is that it was associated with money. I've been getting into these different stories, these book readings I've been doing on my channels with these women, who've been staying in these toxic relationships, these abusive relationships. A lot of times, more in both cases. So on this channel right here, She Speaks on it. This my backup channel. I did a live book reading on Kim's lost words. Allegedly, these are her final words before her passing. Some people feel like the book is fake. Some people don't. Either way, I did a live book reading. You can check that out and form your own opinion. But the storyline, of course, in the story, Kim talks about basically she was with Diddy for the finance, the glitz, the glam, the fame, finances. She endured a lot of ish for a dime or a dollar. Many of you may know people who do that presently, may have done it before at some point in your lives. Goddamn, may be doing it now. People will stay in toxic relationships for financial reasons, for their own benefit. I feel like Drea Kelly, when it came to this situation with her daughter and her choosing to not speak up and put out there what this man did to her child, she did not do it for financial reasons, because there was still a check being ran to her. Even if maybe he wasn't being involved in the kid's life, showing up in the way a father should, there was still clearly some money being ran her way. Because if it wasn't, you best believe we would have been hearing about them being in the court behind some damn child support. So we gonna say Drea was getting ran a check when he was out, when he was still on the streets, when he was still working. She was still getting ran a check. Ariane says his money game is sick, crazy. Nobody cares about their kids. No. Karen says, how old is this girl now? She's 26 years old right now. She's 26. I'm going to hop over to her Instagram. I came across an article. Hold on. Let me share something. When I was researching the daughter, I came across something about, because apparently she's an artist. Make sure you can still see my screen. So she's an artist. So I came across this as I was researching. Thank you all. Welcome. Please make sure you like the button, hit the like button as you come on in. Thank you. Thank you to you all. Like, share, and subscribe. Help your girl out. So it says, R. Kelly's daughter, Joanne Kelly, says her father's reputation has caused her to lose record deals. So not only has he victimized her allegedly, she still dealt with that and navigated through that the best she could going into her adult years. And while she tries to just build a life for herself, find her own way, her name being attached to her father's name has impacted her. So it's that gift that keep on giving. Like R. Kelly is still continuing to be a thorn in her behind. It goes on to say, R. Kelly's daughter, Joanne, opened up in an exclusive interview with Ryan Cameron about her struggles with her music career due to her father's public scandals. The 24-year-old, whose stage name is Buku Abi, sat down with the 107.5 in Atlanta with the support of her mother, Drea Kelly. The singer-songwriter says it's been hard trying to separate herself from her father's shadow. She shared that she always had a passion for music and has been close to signing multiple record deals, but was turned away because of who her father is. I have been trying to get into the music business, trying to get into the industry, and all those years, it's either been you're getting it because of who your dad is, or you're not getting it because of who your dad is. I've been this close to a record deal, and when they found out who I was, it got swiped away, she explained. R. Kelly, 50, was sentenced to 30 years in prison in June 2022. Last year, he was convicted of sexual exploitation of a child, racketeering, bribery, and sex trafficking, reports note. So she says when they know that she is his child, it's, oh, you getting a hookup because of who your daddy is, or no, we ain't hooking you up because of who your daddy is. So she can't win for losing for the fact that, hell, that's her daddy. She can't do nothing. She can't do anything. And you all know who else lives I think is going to be impacted this same way? The Combs kids. I think their lives is going to be impacted the same way. I said it yesterday on my live. Those kids, their lives are going to be impacted in a negative way because of who they're connected to. Their last name is Combs. Everyone already knows who they look like. I said the one that's going to have the best chance around getting through life, navigating through life, is going to be Baby Love, because she's a baby. So she's young. She's going to grow, child. The way Baby Love look like the way she look now, she's not going to be looking like that when she get her adult face. She's going to look different. And also, Baby Love is racially ambiguous. So was she black and her mama look Asian. So she can pass for other whatever. So to me, she's going to be able to benefit the most as far as like being able to navigate through the streets, like wherever. She's going to be able to always blend, because she's not going to by face look like Diddy. And then I really believe her mom's going to eventually change her last name. If these charges, if Diddy gets found guilty and these charges, these things stick, and it's just, he just got this permanent stain on his reputation, on his resume, I really believe Baby Love's last name will get changed. It will be changed to her mother's last name, or if the mother gets remarried, her new husband, who I believe will likely be Asian, will adopt her child. But Baby Love, I feel like, will have the best chance in life. As far as the Combs twins, they're about, their birthdays in like December. They're about to be 18 years old. So basically they're young women now. We already know their faces has been plastered all across the world. They can't hide. Like, they got a unique look about them. They look just like him. You know, they look like their mom too, but they dang sure got their daddy face. So they cannot hide who they are. Everybody know who the Combs twins are. Everybody know who Chance is. Chance's mother is still around. So that will help as far as with still her having her mom as a support. But the other Combs kids, like Christian and Delilah and Jesse, their mother's no longer with us. Their daddy is locked up. If he don't get child, listen, these kids gonna have a tough life. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. We're gonna be hearing about them. They struggles with listen, they gonna have a story too. They gonna be, some of them gonna be writing their books talking about how their life got impacted. They gonna be telling their stories, and I feel like it's gonna first be the twins. One of the twins, either one or both of the twins, will be the first to talk, to share how their lives have been impacted following the death of their mother and the incarceration of their father. Y'all, listen, I don't just be damn talking. I come up with this stuff just basic. What they say, read the room. The way these dots connect, you can see it. This is R. Kelly's daughter right now at 26, telling her story as a grown woman. The twins are one day going to tell their story, their experience being the child of Sean Puffy Combs and Kim Porter. They're going to share their story too. I am not familiar with what this network is that the story is being told on. Are you all familiar with this network? Well, let me see. What's the name of this network? Because I ain't never heard of it. Because I'd like to see it. And it premieres today. Our TVEI streaming network. Let me see. Do y'all know? Are y'all familiar with that streaming network? Y'all, so many streaming networks out here. Everybody watching everything except on cable TV. Let's see. What is this? TVI. Okay. Let me share my screen because I just kind of Googled it to see what this network is so y'all can see what it looks like. This is the streaming network. This is the streaming network so it's already, y'all, it's already been advertised out here. So are they free? Is it a free network? So trending now. So you got other things. So Diddy trending. Well, then we got Diddy right behind him. Diddy summit to plummet. Lord Jesus, not summit to plummet. So subscribe. So it looks like you pay, it's either $4.99 monthly or yearly $49.99. So, child, we might need to pay the $4.99 to see it. We might need to pay the $4.99 to see it. So there's 2 episodes already out right now. So yeah, let me see what else y'all saying in these comments. Welcome everyone. It's sad. It's sad. PM says Karen, R. Kelly daughter said he did something to her. Yes. Hey, raining. What's up? What's up? Welcome. Hey, virtuous woman. Welcome. Yes. So R. Kelly's daughter, Drea is like, listen, Drea and R. Kelly's daughter, Joanne Kelly, is saying R. Kelly allegedly essayed her when she was 8 or 9 years old. And she didn't tell her mother right away. She told her mom a couple of years later in like 2009, which it happens to be the year that Drea divorced R. Kelly. So looking at the timeline, Drea did leave R. Kelly. We're going to say, when she learned of the information. But what we do know is that Drea did not tell people what he did to their child. They say they went to the police. We don't know, we ain't seen no documents, but they say they went to the police to report it. And the police said it was beyond the statute of limitations. I believe we're R. Kelly from Chicago. So I don't know if all this happened in Chicago and the statute of limitations there. Let me see. Google Chicago statute limitations for child molestation. So, all right, so I'm gonna share my screen. I just did a quick search because, child, I want to know what's the statute of limitation, because Dre is like, listen, we went to report it, but they said it was too late. So I'm like, what do you mean it's too late? She was still a child, like when all this was all within 2-3 years of the alleged assault. So I just Googled, I believe, isn't the Kells from Chicago? Y'all let me know if I'm wrong with that. So I Googled Chicago statute of limitation for child molestation. It says Illinois has eliminated the statute of limitation of sex crimes, including child molestation, and there is no time limit for criminal charges. So it says, no, there is no statute of limitation on criminal sexual abuse causes against alleged offenders in Illinois. In 2019, Illinois became the 8th state to completely remove its statute of limitation for prosecuting sex crimes. So at the time, there was a statute of limitation, but they changed the law in 2019. Statute of limitation charges in 2009. Let's see if we can find 2009 what it says. In 2009, the statute of limitation for child molestation in Illinois allows accusers to file civil suits 10 years after turning 18. This was an increase from the previous statute of limitation of 2 years. In 2017, Illinois eliminated the statute of limitations for child sex abuse crimes, making it possible for victims to seek justice even decades after the abuse occurred. The change applies to both existing crimes and any future crimes. So, if nothing else, even back then, yeah, they could have got him even on a civil level. Like they could have sued, like, child, they could have done something more than, what they did. Mama could have done something. Mama could have, like I said, she could have got on the goddamn corner with a bullhorn and told the world what the hell this man did to her child. She could have done something. She could have taken him to court and hell, I guess, sued him. Sued him civilly. They could have sued. Listen, I don't think Drea did enough. The question is why? Why do y'all think Drea was so quiet after she learned that this man allegedly assaulted their child? Hey, Amanda, what's up? Amanda says, what the F, not his daughter, is this that Drew's daughter? Yeah, this is Drea's daughter. This is Drea's daughter. Karen said, did it happen for many years? It didn't say. We probably got to watch the documentary. I pulled up, the network that it's on, the TVEI. So in the little People magazine article that we read, she didn't indicate how long the abuse took place. She talked about, I think she described maybe the first time when it happened. She said she was in the bed sleeping and he came in there. So I don't know if that was like the first and only time, but I would imagine probably maybe in the documentary it will kind of talk about how long the abuse lasted. Virtuous Woman says, please like, share, comment. Yes, please like, share, and comment. Thank you for that, Virtuous Woman. PM says the network TVI is free on iPads and iPhones. Okay, thank you for that, PM. So PM says you can watch this network for free on your iPad and iPhones. So you all Google TVEI and it'll come up, and yes, get into that those first 2 episodes, and yeah, we can talk about it. Sue said, not trying to judge. I don't know what happened, but the daughter stating, I didn't want to believe he did this to me, almost sounds like she's saying someone told her this happened to her. Yeah, it's up for interpretation. For me, I interpret as it happened, and later, she tried to act like what happened didn't happen, because it's like, I just didn't want to believe that it happened. It did, but it's like, I just wanted to just try to go on through life as though it didn't happen. Because in the article she described, she was laying there in the bed sleeping, and then he came in there, and then she just started acting like she was still asleep. So just imagine, like, you're in the bed sleeping, someone's coming in, touching on you, and it's someone like who you trust, and you're like, what the hell? So you're like, okay, this cannot be happening. It's almost like an out of body experience. And I've heard people who've been abused before tell like a story just like that, of saying, I was in the bed, I was sleeping, and this person came up on me. So to me, what she said, I've heard this before, but again, it's up for interpretation, how you interpret it, Suze. I definitely recommend everyone to watch the 2 episodes that are out there. There's 2 episodes that are out there as of today, and PM says you can watch it for free on the network TVEI. So definitely check out the episodes and get more information, because maybe, we need more information to understand. We need more information to try to understand. We have questions. We're just talking this through. Hopefully the documentary will answer a lot of questions, because I just want to know what more Drea did, because right now I'm looking at her side. I've been looking at her side eye, but I'm looking at her side eye even more now that I know that her child has been a victim to this man, because I was looking at her side eye knowing all these other people were victims, and she was there because they were like, listen, Drea was there. I seen her. She was at the house. I seen her in the living room watching TV. I seen her upstairs. Like, I've heard people say they've seen her. She was around. So I just want to hear more of what she got to say pertaining to this situation with her child, given the fact that she didn't get on the rooftop and scream out loud what this man did to her child. He has 2 daughters and a son. What else has he done? Because this is just one child speaking up. Are we convinced that ain't nothing popped off with nobody else in the house? I'm just saying, y'all. Amanda say late to class, so don't know the story. Amanda says, I see the mom on Love and Hip Hop. I won't get into Love and Hip Hop, but everybody come through. It's not anybody trying to be somebody, go through Love and Hip Hop or the Housewives show. Them those are the seem to be the 2 claims to fame these days. Yvonne says she failed her child, period. I agree. That's how I feel. She failed her. VP says, I talk to Kel's brother all the time. Listen, I've heard Kel. I think Tasha K interviewed Kel's brother years ago. I've heard him talk, and he talked about the abuse that took place in the family, how R. Kelly was abused. I think R. Kelly was abused by their sister, and I think the mama. So you all see the cycles of abuse. He was abused child, and more often than not, them statistics that people don't like to pay attention to, those statistics show that abusers tend to grow up to become abusers themselves. It is what it is. The statistics never show 100%. The statistics show the data pool of the numbers that are more favorable versus not. And the stats show that more often than not, children who are abused grow up to be abusers. And if they do not grow up to be abusers, they grow up and they grow up to be in abusive relationships. So they still endure abuse within their adult years. Child in the stats. I'm just saying, listen, it is what it is. VP says, I hope the truth comes out. I hope the truth comes out too, for everybody. In R. Kelly's case, in Diddy's case, what they say, the truth will set you free, child. Amanda says, so why is it not only coming out after all the surviving R. Kelly stuff? The kids would have been questioned when he was first accused, surely. Yes, but then, was the kids ready to talk then? The daughter, like everybody, you tell your story when you're ready to tell your story. Your journey is your journey. So just because I may be ready for you to talk and tell your story, you may not be ready. So just because at that time those people were ready to talk and tell their story does not mean that Buku, his daughter, was ready to talk and tell her story. So we can't try to put someone timeline to someone healing timeline. It can't be on our timeline, is what I'm trying to say. It's like everybody's timeline is on their timeline. So hopefully watching the documentary, we can get more answers about all of this. But because she's just now saying it, it doesn't have me there on the side of, oh, it likely didn't happen because she's just now saying it. Because a lot of people, you have so many people who take things with them to the grave. Like there's so many people that some of you may be someone, think about it. Think about some things that some of you may have had going on with you or took place with you that no one know, but maybe the people who were there involved, but you never spoke on it. Your mama don't know, your daddy don't know, your sisters don't know, your spouse don't know, your kids don't know. Just think about that. There's a lot of people who have things that they sit with them that they never spoke on. And they have their reasons as to why they never spoke on it. They just dealt with it. They're like, some may feel like, well, what's the point of speaking on it? It's water under the bridge. Nothing can happen. This person who did it may no longer be alive, or they may feel like they're far removed from that person, so that person can't do anything to them. They feel like, well, talking about it, maybe it's just going to rehatch things and start problems and drama that, it's so many reasons why people just choose to not talk about things. So you just never know. That's why I always say, just always get to know someone's story, ask questions, lend an ear, because, everyone has a story. Everyone has a testimony, and it's up to you if you care to listen or to hear what it is that someone has to say. So just don't turn people away when they're ready to talk. I'll just leave that there. Amanda says, I don't know that brother. I remember Casey saying he spoke on it. Sue says there have been cases of parents coaching kids. Again, I don't know. Yeah, there is. I mean, yes, all of that is true. That's the thing. You just don't know. Like a lot of times, when, especially during like custody situations, you'll have parents that'll go so low as to coach kids to say a parent did something that they really did. Like all of that type of stuff happened. That's why I say, really you just got to use discernment, use common sense, pay attention to the things that are being said. Try your best to try to fact check, connect the dots. As we saw, there's a documentary out. Listen to what's been said in the documentary. think about maybe some things that you heard in the past, and if it lines up to maybe some of the things they're saying, or if they're saying something you're like, wait a minute, that don't sound right because in 2015 you said this. Like, that's when you got to use common sense, and you just got to really just try to piece it together and connect it and just kind of form your own opinion based off of just the information that you feel like you have. That's all any of us can do, because at this point, he's locked up now. So really her speaking, it has nothing to do with her trying to get justice, because, he's locked up. She's 26. It just seems like, okay, now she's just ready to talk. So I'm just going to let y'all know, like, I'm someone that errs on the side of, when people start saying they were abused as a child, I fare on the side of going with that story and believing that versus not, because I think it's more dangerous to not believe the child or the person versus to believe them. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. If somebody's saying, let me tell you my story, I was abused, I'm going to believe you until I don't. I'm that person. That's just my person. I'm going to believe you until I can't believe you. That's just how I am. So some people may work the opposite, where they'll be like, well, I don't believe you until I do. I'm in the reverse. I believe you until I don't. And that's me giving pretty much everyone like the benefit of the doubt when I meet you. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt until you show me that, okay, I can't go with what you're saying because this, that, and the third. That's just how I am. VP says, I took him to go see him in prison. Okay. So I guess they still got a relationship, VP. Do R. Kelly and his brother, is this the brother that he tried to say was on the tape? Sue says, there have been cases of parents coaching their kids to the point it's become a reality to them. I just don't know. Yeah, it happens. But then we got to think about it. What percentage of the cases do we feel that falls into that bucket? Because you're always going to have the ones that that go against the grain. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to always have, nothing is 100%. So me, I just personally choose to fare on the side of something happening versus not, because more often than not, it did happen versus it didn't. So that's how I roll. But yes, you're going to have those cases where people were lying. But when there's abuse allegation, what percentage of time is it proven that the person was lying versus the percentage of time evidence went to support that the person was telling the truth? So we just gotta, it's just not a black and white thing. Like, you just gotta, that's what I like to call, we're the honor students. We're going deep. We're asking questions. We're looking. We're trying to figure it out and piece it together. We're having like we're talking it through, because it's a lot of parts to it. It's a lot of parts. So you don't want to maybe just go straight to just throw the baby out the bathwater. You want to ask questions and lift every rock. You want to do your due diligence. So I urge everyone to do that. So, and I'm no different. I do the same thing, but at the same time, my initial thought when I hear abuse and someone says, hey, I was abused, this happened to me, is to fare on the side of, unless, now, only way that I'm going to maybe steer clear and not go directly that route of saying, okay, I believe it happened, is if the allegation is going against someone that I feel like I know personally, and I feel like I know their character. So I'm going to be more on the side of, you're going to have to show me some, because I know this person, I know their character. But if I can't speak to that person, that character, whatever, I'm going to go with you, sis, bruh, and be like, okay, I'm with you. I'm going to support you. And then we going to go from there. So y'all, it's not nothing that's straightforward. Amanda says, Sheik, did any of you notice Gross mentioned me twice on her live last night, and Wendy, of all people, say hello. The cheek of it. I only messaged it if she read the book, and if not, maybe she should. I didn't hear her mention you last night. I was listening to her, but I didn't take notice of her mentioning you last night, Amanda. So I missed that one. BP says, I can't hear if you're talking to me. Okay. Amanda says, how old is she now? So she's 26. Ariane says, so at this point, we just waiting for Beyonce and her daughter to speak up because we know Jay is the same too. Listen, y'all. Oh my God. I haven't even had my mind even go there with him on that type of level. But at this point, when it comes to these people in the industry, I'm not really surprised by anything, it's still sad, when you do hear it, but the shock factor really isn't there because this industry is just so tainted. I don't see how anyone today, just even regardless of how much money they feel they can make in it, will want to even have any parts of it. It's just, it's like, is it even worth all that? Is it even worth all of that? Have you all been hearing Jodeci, Devontae Swing, a member of Jodeci's name coming up as a new co-defendant in the Diddy lawsuit? I want to get into that because I just, I was hearing that since I'd returned from vacation, but I wasn't really familiar with, what really was going on with that. So let me share my screen. I'm going to jump over to that to see what's being said about Devontae Swing from Jodeci being named as a co-defendant in a Diddy lawsuit. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all familiar with this story, because before I went on vacation a week ago, this wasn't in the news. I don't believe this was in the news. So let's see what they talking about, y'all. Lord, it runs deep. It runs deep. Welcome, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. But let's get into this. It says, Jodeci member Devontae Swing named as co-defendant in the Diddy lawsuit. So this article was dated today, October 11, 2024. So this is Diddy and Devontae Swing of the music group Jodeci. Jodeci member Devontae Swing has been named as a new co-defendant in Diddy's sexual abuse lawsuit, a lawsuit that previously alleged Sean Diddy Combs and singer Aaron Hall Ard, a heavily intoxicated 16-year-old girl in 1990, has now added Jodeci member Devontae Swing as a co-defendant per Rolling Stone. Child, Lord Jesus. Now, I remember when that all came out with the Aaron Hall situation. I remember reading the details pertaining to that lawsuit earlier this year. An amended complaint was filed in federal court in New Jersey in which plaintiff Lisa Gardner alleged Swing, real name Donald DeGreat, was present at Hall's New Jersey residence during the 1990 incident. Gardner was said to have been shocked and traumatized after Combs allegedly pulled her underwear to the side and forcefully Ard her. The amended lawsuit obtained by the publication states that, unbeknownst to Ms. Gardner at the time, defendant Swing was in the room when this assault took place and did not take any steps to prevent this abuse from occurring. So remember, them attorneys been said that they trying to come after anybody who was around, even if you didn't participate, if you were aware, if you're around, like, listen, they coming for you too. So it's alleged that he was in the room, child. He was in the room. The latest filing follows a woman submitting a sworn statement in May stating she accompanied Gardner as a minor that night. She alleged she saw Swing leaning against a wall or furniture or something, watching whatever Puffy was doing to Liza. The new filing alleges Gardner traveled to the New York area with Swing and a group of her friends from her North Carolina hometown and was staying in New Jersey housing, which allegedly subsidized by Jodeci's label at the time, Uptown Records, a subsidiary of MCA. The suit said Combs was working as an A&R executive at Uptown and was charged with a task of developing R&B quartet Jodeci. Around this time, it stated He met Gardner at the NCA event in Manhattan and had traveled back to New Jersey with her group to Hall's residence. Per the amended lawsuit, Gardner was attempting to collect herself after alleged essay from Combs when Hall is then purported to have barged into the room, pinned her down, and awed her to. Included in the new complaint was a photo of her and Hall in a kitchen that day. Gardner goes on to claim that a day after the alleged essay, Combs came into the home she was staying in and began to choke her until she passed out. She says Combs intended to keep his girlfriend at the time unaware of what happened. Hall and Combs are accused of essay and battery in the amended complaint, and Swing is accused of aiding and abetting the alleged abuse. He is also named as Gardner's co-guardian at the time in the new filing because he had invited her on the trip. He had a duty to protect the child as her parents entrusted him with her safety, the lawsuit claims. He trafficked and coerced the child to travel across the state lines from North Carolina to New York and New Jersey with a hidden intention of providing the child with alcohol and marijuana and prostituting the child to his A&R Combs. Likewise, Swing is also included in all the lawsuits defendants in causes of actions alleging negligent infliction of emotional distress in violation of the Mann Act, which includes a claim of transportation of minor with intent to engage in illegal sexual activity. When Gardner initially filed her claim in New York State New York State Court last November, Combs' legal team said they were fabricated in the wake of Cassandra Cassie Ventura's rape and sex trafficking lawsuit filed against Combs a week earlier. They said Gardner's complaint was nothing but a money grab. Meanwhile, a trial date for Diddy's sex trafficking and abuse case has been set for 2025. Last month, the rap mogul was arrested in New York City and charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transporting for prostitution, to which he pled not guilty. On Wednesday, October 9th, Diddy returned to court in New York for his latest hearing session, where a judge announced that the disgraced rapper's trial date has been set for May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, the same date as the 2025 Met Gala event. My. Per CNN, prosecutors Emily Johnson suggests that the case could last 3 weeks, but added that a superseding indictment may affect the duration of the trial. This means the additional charges and defendants can still be added to the case. On the other hand, Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, said the rapper's defense team will likely need a week to make their case. According to a Rolling Stone report, Diddy could face up to 15 years in prison if found guilty. He is next expected to appear in court on December 18th. The wave of legal issues is ongoing, and last month, more claims came to light in a separate lawsuit in which a woman alleged that Diddy and his bodyguard drugged and awed her and filmed the incident in 2001. The bodyguard has not addressed these claims. Diddy has denied criminal wrongdoing, according to BBC. New information about Diddy's alleged arson attack on Kid Cudi's car was also recently revealed in the newly unearthed Los Angeles City Fire Department report. And Diddy has yet to comment on the arson allegations. Last week, news emerged that Diddy is now also potentially facing new lawsuits from around 120 people accusing him of essay and assault, including 25 minors. Texas lawyer Tony Busby held a virtual press conference last week where he shared that of the 120 alleged victims, 60 were men and 60 were women. Among these 120 people, 25 were minors at the time of the alleged abuse, with the youngest alleged victim age 9 years old. In the statement to Rolling Stone, Diddy's lawyer, Erica Wolf, said the musician emphatically and categorically denies the allegations, as Mr. Combs' legal team has emphasized he cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus, she said. So they're saying lies, lies, lies. But have y'all heard that? Remember before I went on my vacation, the lawsuit with the client represented by Gloria Allred, Thalia. Remember she came out, Thalia Graves came out alleging that Diddy and his head security guard, bodyguard, essayed her. And now it's coming out, they're saying apparently she lied, or her ex, she was trying to get him to back her story by saying she would pay him money. Did you all hear that? When I returned from vacation, I learned that. I hadn't gotten into to see what exactly the details of what came out pertaining to the latest on her, but let me see what I can find about her. But I think it was something centered around some text messages or something like that. Child, this is the story. Lord, it just keeps giving. Let me see. It's so much, y'all. I've been doing my best to try to keep up with everything that's going on. Let me get into some more of these comments. Let's see. Listen, Aunt Menace, I love me some Jodeci, Casey, and JoJo. Yes, like who doesn't? I'm like, Lord, fix it. Jesus, take the wheel. Menace says, look what they did to poor Tevin Campbell. Y'all, Tevin Campbell. The last I read years ago, Tevin Campbell was like, listen, y'all, I'm trisexual. They had that man now. He didn't got jacked up so bad. He was like, listen, I'm trisexual. I do whatever. I'm just trisexual. That was my first time ever hearing that, y'all. That was maybe like over 20 years ago when I read in a magazine when he was talking like that. Ariane said, it's everybody at this point. The money is real evil. Amanda says JD from So Def is guilty of the same acts as Diddy as well. Y'all, again, I'm just waiting to hear the names. Okay, so let's hop over. Man, we've been talking about Thalia, however you say her name, the woman who said that Diddy had essayed her at the studio. Let's see what they talking about with her, because now they're trying to discredit her story. So let's see what's going on, y'all. Big revelations against Diddy accuser Thalia Graves. Her ex-partner says she gave him $3 million bribe to back our story against rappers. So where's she getting $3 million from? Like, so where she got money? She coming from money? Because if she, I guess she's saying, well, listen, I guess when I get paid out, when I get paid, you get paid. Let's see what they saying. The ex-partner of Diddy's accuser claims he offered a $3 million claims. The ex-partner of Diddy's accuser claims he was offered a $3 million bribe to support the rapper's rape story. In Thalia Graves' recent filed rape case against Sean Diddy Combs, new details have surfaced. The purported victim accused the music mogul and Joseph Sherman, his former head of security, of essaying her in a lawsuit. Though he is the one with the money, Thalia Graves' ex-husband claims in a recent report that she offered him a $3 million bribe to support her accusations against Sean Diddy Combs. The rape lawsuit that Graves filed against Diddy has drawn attention because one of her former partners said that she bought him off to support her claim. So was this the man she was saying she was in the midst of going through a divorce with when all this happened? Graves reportedly offered her ex-boyfriend. So why are they saying, one minute they saying ex-husband, and then they saying ex-boyfriend? So I'm confused because she was saying she was going through a divorce at the time. So here you see they're referring saying ex-husband, but I don't know. Graves reportedly offered her ex-boyfriend $3 million in exchange for his support of her version of events. The news outlet received confirmation from an aforementioned ex that the message was genuine and he understood it to be an attempt at bribery. He asserted that at Graves' request, He had blocked her social media accounts and phone number, as quoted in a report by The Blast. It happened following a press conference where an obvious distraught Graves and her lawyer filed the lawsuit against the music mogul. She claimed that he and his associate, Joseph Sherman, had assaulted her at the Bad Boy Record Studio in New York City back in 2001. Graves, a 25-year-old dating Combs' employee, was allegedly seduced by Combs and Sherman. They gave her a drug-laced drink, causing her to lose consciousness. Graves alleged that Combs and Sherman bullied her into keeping the incident under wraps, as reported by The Blast. Thalia Graves claims Diddy recorded and sold a rape incident. Graves discovered the alleged recordings in late 2023, around the same time her ex-partner Cassandra Ventura settled her sexual lawsuit against the rapper. Graves, who was left devastated by the tapes, considered ending her life. Diddy's former head of security claims he never met Graves and wasn't working for the rapper at the time. Diddy has faced multiple SA allegations, including minors, but his lawyers deny any false claims and promise to prove his innocence in court. Facts. What did Thalia Graves' former partner, claim about her? He claimed she offered him $3 million bribe to back up her rape allegations against Diddy, saying it was all about the money. Child, Lord Jesus. Amanda says, is she the woman? I didn't believe her. And she, with the dark hair lady in the white suit who was next to the female lady at the press who was crying and talking, or is that someone else? No, that's the woman. That's her, Amanda. That's that woman that I showed with the press conference when she was crying. Yeah, with some people in the chat. Yeah, talking about, they didn't believe that she was, sincere. But yep, that's her. That is her. So I have not heard anything as far as with her coming out, I guess, rebutting, I guess, whatever. Y'all know Diddy, not Diddy, 50 Cent always got something to say. So 50 Cent, of course, got something to say, according to Baller Alert. 50 Cent calls out Thalia Graves' accusations against Diddy. Caught this be lying. Lord Jesus. Oh, my God. 50 Cent is like a damn ghetto news reporter. 50 Cent is once again making his opinions known, this time about the ongoing legal drama surrounding Sean Diddy Combs. The rapper and business mogul recently took to Instagram to share his thoughts on the new twist in the lawsuit filed by Thalia Graves, who accuses Diddy of rape and claims he recorded the alleged incident, with a screenshot of a headline detailing the accusations. 50 Cent captioned his post, caught this be lying, LOL, making it clear he's not buying Graves' story. So, child. Yeah, I haven't heard them come out and defend this one. As far as Thalia and Gloria, I saw Gloria on camera yesterday leaving the court because Diddy had a court appearance. Was that yesterday at 2? And he was sent back to jail. He wasn't granted bail, but from my understanding, I'm hearing that he didn't ask for bail. But nonetheless, he's still locked up. He hasn't been granted bail as of yet. So as we've been kind of reading the different reports and the updates, he is due to go back to jail. Or I'm sorry, back to court. I think it said in December. So, but his trial is set for May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. They said that's the day of the Met Gala. Why y'all think they made it that day? I knew his team wanted an April-May trial because they like, listen, we ready to get this over with. And I think they want to kind of rush things through because they don't want the feds to continue to be, have a bunch of time, all the time in the world to be finding different things on him. So they rather just go ahead, listen, just come to the table with what you got. Let us dispute it and we go on with our lives. Because y'all know, double jeopardy. They can't take him to court multiple times for one thing. So they want to hurry up and, let this, go through the process quickly. So therefore they can kind of dispute everything and not, and not give, the feds enough time to spend a year or more just building this super strong case. So, um, for Diddy's side, it is more beneficial for them to have a trial sooner than later. But of course, for the feds, of course, the more time they got, the better, where they can kind of strengthen their case. So as of right now, May 5th is the set trial date. So y'all know we will be here front and center following it. Amanda says, I like 50, but I still remember the Rap Magazine cover top picture hugging Soldier Boy. Oh my goodness, not hugging Soldier Boy. Karen says, I think that lawyer later represents famous people. If it's true, boy, will she be mad. Yeah, she represents Gloria. Her and her daughter are like a very popular, famous attorneys. So yeah, I'm curious to know what she has to say about all of this. Ariane says, at this point, I just want Jesus to step in because I'm all done. It's everybody for evil money. You and me both. It's a lot, y'all. I've been following the Diddy stuff. And today, when I started receiving, text messages about R. Kelly, I'm like, Lord, one predator at a time. It's just too much, y'all. It's a lot. I've been doing my best to try to just kind of stay on top of just all the shenanigans, especially with this Diddy stuff. But I wanted to definitely give attention to Buku's story in regards to R. Kelly, because y'all, recently R. Kelly had the audacity. He came out talking, trying to defend Diddy. He needs to shut the hell up. Like they say, his mama, he needs to sit this one out, because he got enough going on in his world while he talking about who to believe and not to believe. Let me see. There was, what is this? R. Kelly survivor says she knew what Cassie was feeling in Diddy's assault video. So now it's like R. Kelly, the tension's back on him. This Lizette Martinez, a victim of abuse of R. Kelly, says she can't unsee the recently unearthed video of Sean Diddy Combs physically assaulting his ex-girlfriend Cassie. CNN published the footage in May in which Diddy was seen beating Cassie. So it looks like his trial going to be a year from when that footage hit. Cassie, now 38 in Los Angeles. Cassie, who's now 38 in a Los Angeles hotel. He grabbed Cassie by her neck and shoved, dragged, and kicked her repeatedly. Quote, I knew what she was feeling. She just wanted to get out of there. And it just broke my heart, Martinez said Wednesday, October 9th, in A Secret Life of Diddy, a special edition of 2020 on ABC, child. Y'all, it's a secret. It's an ABC special out. She added, when I first heard about Sean Combs' allegation, I wasn't surprised. Nothing really surprised me these days. I can't unsee that Cassie video, Martinez says. You can tell me whenever you want to tell me about him. I cannot unsee the video. She helped others feel that they could come forward, and that's huge, that you put yourself on the line. So Martinez was among the multiple victims who spoke at the 2022 court hearing where R. Kelly, 57, was sentenced 30 years in prison for racketeering and sex trafficking. The singer daughter, Joanne Kelly, calls Kelly a monster in an upcoming TV documentary, R. Kelly's Karma, A Daughter's Journey. Diddy, 54, also faces charges of racketeering and sex trafficking as he awaits trial at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. So this is the young lady who says she was also a victim of R. Kelly. Lizette Martinez. So, but yeah, I just as R. Kelly is where he is, what they say, on a 30-year sentence. Prayers that Diddy get, he's locked away, for a lengthy amount of time as well. However long, at minimum 15 years. I heard an attorney say they didn't really see him getting a life sentence for the type of charges he has against him, but 15 years likely, but probably not a life sentence. But yeah, I mean, 15 years, okay, I can sleep at night with that. I think him being put away for 15 years would suffice. So, but again, I look forward to the names that come about during the investigation, because we all know Diddy didn't do it alone. He did not do this alone. We need to know who else participated with this foolishness. Sue says, woo, too. Yes, girl, it's too much. It's too much. Amanda says, trying to take the heat off of P. Diddy as he now the man of the hour. Right. He just don't know when the hell to shut up. Like, right. Now his story then just got brought back to surface. Ariane says, R. Kelly needs to not say anything after Diddy didn't speak up for him. Not at all. Not at all. He sure didn't. Amanda says, Ariane, exactly. So now R. Kelly, the scapegoat, it seems as the timing. Wow. Yeah. So now they're like, let's get the heat off for Diddy. Let's focus back on R. Kelly. So it's kind of like the battle of who's the worst creep, who's the worst predator. They're both predators in my book. One's, no worse than the other. They're both predators. And I know they didn't do, and hell, R. Kelly, I think at one point was talking about like he wasn't the only one who's done the things that he's done. He was just the first one to go down for the things that he did. But y'all know he was dry snitching, trying to say that he wasn't the only one engaging in the things that he was engaging in. And now fast forward 2024. Names are coming up, and yeah, he was right. He was definitely right about that. But that don't mean, sir, that you should get a get out of jail free card just because you weren't the only one. No. This is not how this works. You're where you need to be. We're just gathering up the other ones so therefore they can join you. That's what's happening here. So yes, did you all know there was a 2020 special? I guess, did it air on Wednesday on the 9th? The Secret Life of Diddy, a special edition of 2020. I don't have cable television, so I don't know. Did you all know that aired? Did you all watch that? Are you interested in checking that out? Amanda says he was the only one named and shamed. Ariane saying 2024 is the year Jesus coming. He needs to come. He needs to come. Jesus needs to come quick, fast, and in a hurry. But remember, at the early of the year, was that January when Cat Williams did that interview with Shannon Sharp? He said 2024 was going to be the year of the reveal. That's what that man said. That's what that little short man said. He said it was going down. He said it was going down in 2024. He said it was going to be the year of the reveal, and he was not lying. I think that was January. He said it. I know it was at the beginning of the year, and it's been going down ever since. It seemed like every month some foolishness is taking place involving some big name celebrity that has us clutching our invisible pearls. That's when you think it can't get worse. When the next month hit, that headline outdoes the previous month's headline. So we now in October. So we going to say that R. Kelly, it's still early, but we going to say R. Kelly took over the headlines for the month of October. Who finna take over the headlines for November? Y'all got any predictions? Who finna be on November's headlines? Who, think about it as a 12-month calendar. Who got the month of November? Who picture will be at the month or represent the month of November? Because we got the Kells already for my birthday month, unfortunately, for October. Lord Jesus, fix it. Jesus, fix it. Amanda said R. Kelly made good music. He had so many songs. He did. R. Kelly made good music. P. Diddy was behind a lot of good music. Child, I love the song that he has with Dirty Money. I think it's called Loving You No More, y'all. When I say that is my song, I love that song. And then he has the one with Keisha Cole, the collaboration he got with Keisha Cole. I love that song. Those are my two songs that Diddy is on that I love. Like, there's a lot of songs that he's featured in that I love. Like, I mean, it is what it is. It's just unfortunate. What they say, two things can be true at the same time. Somebody can be a creep, but they can also be great at their craft as far as what their talent is. And it's just unfortunate. Ariane said J and B. So you say they got November, J and B got takers for November. Have y'all seen? So did any of y'all see the interview that Jaguar Wright did with Piers Morgan? I didn't see that. So again, that was something else that went down while I was on vacation. Did y'all catch that? So because apparently, Jay-Z and B put that heat on Pierce, and he had to come back. Let's look into that. Shall we get into some things tonight? Because it's been so much going on, and to try to like keep up on top of everything. Let's see what's going on. Let me see. Okay. Let me take this off the screen. Take me off. Okay, so we back on people. People like, listen, if y'all with the shits, we finna report it. People says, why Piers Morgan apologized to Beyonce and Jay-Z and edited his show after Jaguar Wright made totally false claims. Okay, so this is Piers Morgan, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. Piers Morgan is walking back claims made on his show and apologizing. During the introduction of an episode of his YouTube channel, Uncensored, on Tuesday, October 8th, the talk show host 59 revealed that he had received a legal letter from Jay-Z and Beyonce after a guest on his show made allegations about the rapper and his superstar wife. Y'all, what Jaguar said? What she said? What Jaguar had said? Last week, Morgan interviewed singer-songwriter Jaguar Wright about the arrest and federal indictment, and music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, which included her branding both Diddy and Jay-Z monsters, per The Hollywood Reporter. Wright also alleged that Jay-Z and Beyonce had hundreds of victims, though the catalyst for her statement was not clear. Jaguar said, yeah, I got some stuff to say. Jaguar unexpectedly made several serious unexpectedly. Anybody know damn well when you put a camera in front of Jaguar Wright and give her a microphone and tell her go, that she finna say some ish. So that man knew damn well with bringing that woman on his show that she was finna be talking reckless. He damn knew, but he was with the shits. He wanted to be like, well, she said it, not me. Jaguar unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. Morgan said during his introduction Tuesday, as I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. He added, their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and had no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with a legal request to cut them from the original interview. Child, I need to see the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored, but like the proverbial cries of fire in the crowded theater, there are legal limits on us too, he continued. And we apologize to Jay-Z and Beyonce. The thing about platforms, the reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear, Morgan said. That's why we invited Wright on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. So he knew that woman was going to be with the shits, but he didn't care. He was like, shit. He wanted Jaguar to be the one to say it. He knew whatever Jaguar was going to say, child, I feel like that man had the same sentiments. He just didn't want to be the one to say it. He wanted to listen. What Jaguar said was, because I ain't the one to gossip, but Jaguar is. And she said, so anybody who know Jaguar, you already know what you about to get into when you bring her on your platform. So stop it. That man knew what he was doing. The footage already got out there. So even though he did, he edited or whatever, listen, it's already out there. Y'all know people with the quick draw, with the screen records and all of that. So I'm sure if I want to go out there and find the original one and see what she said, what Jag had to say, I can find it. But I didn't hear Jag talk about them people so much. So I don't really feel like Jag said too much of anything I haven't heard her say anyway. She been talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z for years. She been talking about all of their asses for years. Now people are now just wanting to try to put some respect on her name to be like, well, Jaguar did say it, that now it's like she got people's ear now. She has everyone's ear now, but hell, she already had my goddamn ear, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but she had my ear. Let me see. Amanda said, I never really like Diddy as an artist, and now I know why. Yeah, now you know why. Girl was a spirit. Your mom said, yes, I did on Piers Morgan. Okay, what was your thoughts on that interview? Were you here for what Jag said? Was Jag lying or flying? Amanda says, Piers Morgan, my guy, as he's in the UK. Amanda said, Jaguar interview. Did you see the interview? Amanda, for real, Yvonne said. She laughed and licked. Look, Piers knew Jag was going to be with the shit, y'all. He knew damn well. That's why he brought her on there. He knew he was going to get them views and ratings. He took one for the team, y'all. He already knew. Like, already some people you bring on your platform, you already know that it's going to go down. You just already know. You just brace yourself. You be like, shit, it is what it is. Just like Shannon Sharp knew when he brought Cat Williams on his show earlier this year. He already knew, but hey, it's clicks and views equates to dollars. It's as we say, everything is about the money. It's about that bottom line. Got to get the ratings in. Ratings equates to money. Money equates to jobs for people, for employees, y'all, It's a method behind the madness. Karen said there's not too many in Hollywood that isn't involved with Diddy. No, like if you're anybody with a name in Hollywood, especially in the music industry, you're involved with him in some type of way because he's so high up, or he was so high up in the industry when it came to just making things happen. And which is why, to me, it makes sense why people now are more quick to come out and say he did this, that, and the third to me versus when he was out free walking the street, because this is a powerful man. Ariane says, Orlando Brown said it to J and B next. Did y'all see that interview, that collaboration with Orlando Brown and Jaguar today on the Real Life Productions YouTube channel? Child, that was I don't know how to feel about that interview. Orlando Brown, I feel like that he's like a male version of Jaguar as far as with the things he say. You really got to peep game what he say. I think he talks more in riddles and hyperboles, than Jag. But I think that he's seen and he knows a lot. But at the same time, I think that he's endured so much to where it's impacted him psychologically, to where it's like because of his mental health now, I feel like he struggled in the area of mental health right now. And because of his struggles with his mental health, it's impeding, it's interfering with him as he tries to tell his story of his experiences. So people are getting lost in the story because he can't really keep his stuff together because of just his mental health struggles. You have to just check out that interview. It's on the YouTube channel, Real Life Productions. Real, REAL, Life, LYFE, and I think Productions, YouTube Real Life Productions, and it's an interview with Orlando and Jaguar. Like it's a lot. It's pretty busy, so it's a lot. I just want you go check it out for yourself. Form your opinion. I think Jag did the best she could to kind of keep the interview going and to reel Orlando Brown in. I think she understands him just because they're both a part of the industry. When you know. But Orlando Brown, he's got so much going on with him just from just the different traumas that he has endured, to where I think it's impacting him just in his day-to-day, his functioning, or how he communicates with people, to where he comes off kind of looking crazy, sounding crazy, so he kind of can lose you. So you really got to kind of try to look beyond that and really just take in the fact that this is someone who went through traumatic experiences. So because of that, this is what he's given in the present. So just check it out. Amanda says Orlando Brown TikTok with that saying, about the sloppy toppy, was mad. Yeah, like he talked about in the interview, Nick Cannon. I don't know if he got invited to go on Wild 'N Out, or they talked about him going on Wild 'N Out, but he was like, nah, it wouldn't be best for me to go on Wild 'N Out with the stuff that I would say to expose Nick Cannon. So y'all check it out. Like, he was really talking crazy. Check it out. Form your opinion. You know, that's what it's about. Yes. Amanda, you said I need to watch it. Yes. You all go check it out. It premiered today. I so happened caught it when it premiered. So earlier today, I saw it, and I'd heard that Orlando and Jag was doing a collaboration and things, but I thought it had already aired because I was hearing people talking about it. But somehow I caught the premiere on the channel. So I don't know. Check it out. So Real Life Productions. Check out the interview with Jaguar Wright and Orlando Brown. If you go to YouTube and just type in both of their names, it'll probably come up. But I don't know. The interview was maybe an hour. It wasn't like super long or anything, but I will say it was kind of a struggle to try to kind of follow along with what was being said, more so on the parts of Orlando, because y'all, he be all over the place. Orlando be all over the place, y'all. So it was a challenge with trying to follow with everything that like he was saying, but there was plenty that he was saying that you could pick up and be like, okay, especially when he talked about, Nick Cannon. So if you want to know what he had to say about Nick Cannon, go on over there and check out, check out that interview, because he was talking. He was talking and he was drinking now. I don't know what he had in that cup, but it looked like some brown liquor. It looked like it was some brown liquor to me. So I don't know what it was. I'm just saying it looked like it was some liquor in that cup. But he had a lot to say, per usual, in the true Orlando Brown fashion. He sang, him and Jaguar did singing together. It's just unfortunate that his career was just cut short the way it was, because he's talented. He's very talented. So, but the way he be out here talking, y'all, ain't nobody trying to work with Orlando, because he gonna tell all the business. Orlando be like, F the NDA. He'll probably be the one to sign it and still go talk right after he signed it while the signature's still wet. He's just one to, like Jaguar, they gonna talk. They gonna talk. You can't silence them. They gonna talk. And as long as they got breath in their lungs, they are going to talk. And people are going to be here for what it is that they have to say. We talked about, I think yesterday, with Justin Bieber. Oh, that's what I want to mention. Did y'all see that LA Reid is now talking about introducing the story behind introducing Usher to Diddy? LA Reid is now talking, and I'll find that he's saying that he introduced Usher to Diddy. Usher came out, I think after his first hit, he was trying to LA Reid was just trying to figure out, where to go with Usher after his first big hit, whatever that was. So he was like, man, I need, this kid needs some more flavor. He needs some more sauce. So the person who came to mind, since he had just met Diddy, was, hey, let me see if I can connect him with Diddy, and maybe Diddy can kind of teach him some things. And I think Usher was maybe like 14 at this time. So it was LA Reid's idea for Usher to go to Diddy's house for the quote unquote Diddy camp. So therefore, Usher can so therefore Diddy can just give him some flavor, to work with him, to give him that added sauce that LA Reid felt like was missing, that pop that we later came to see Usher have. But that came from LA Reid having this idea of Diddy being the one to instill that in Usher. So Usher stayed with him for a period of time. So I was reading that. Let me see if I can find that, but it was quite interesting. Let me see. Let me see, child. Let me see something. Give me a minute. Let me see something. But apparently he got a book coming out. So y'all know how people be when they got books, like they say Drea got a book coming out, they be damn ready to talk. Let me see. Let me try to see if I can find the story. Okay, this might be it. Okay, we finna jump over. I found it, y'all. We finna jump over. Happy Friday, everyone. Please like the video, like, share, and subscribe. We getting into some things tonight. It's Friday night. Friday night, just got paid. What else is there to do? Thank you all for being over here with me. It's a lot to cover, but y'all, it's a lot going down in the entertainment streets. So y'all see my screen. See what the hell L.A. Reid has said. So this is the Daily Mail. This is an article that came out today, October 10th, 2024, revealed how Usher brought beautiful 14-year-old boy. Okay, two things I learned. So there's a story about L.A. Reid bringing Usher to Diddy, but then there's also the story about Usher bringing Justin Bieber to L.A. Reid. So those are the two things I learned today that I was kind of researching. This story talks about how Usher brought beautiful 14-year-old Justin Bieber to music mogul L.A. Reid as a gift. And how y'all see that, not as a gift, and how it paved the way for singer's friendship with Diddy. The music mogul who discovered Usher and enabled P. Diddy to set up Bad Boy Records revealed how Justin Bieber was brought to him as a gift by Usher when he was 14 years old. The pop star, who was 15 when he gained worldwide fame with his debut single One Time in 2009, was originally discovered at age 12 by industry entrepreneur Scooter Braun when he was covering pop songs by Usher and Chris Brown on YouTube. But the big break came when Usher brought Bieber to music mogul L.A. Reid as a gift when he was a 14-year-old boy, Reid wrote in his tell-all memoir in 2016. So apparently he had a book, and so this is just resurfacing information. So his book came out in 2016. But I guess now with everything coming to light, y'all know how it be with things you heard in the past. Now today, it's starting to hit different, because as you're hearing things come out today, you like, wait a damn minute. Didn't I read in 2016? Y'all know how it be. That's why I say you got to connect the dots. 1 year from being signed to Island Records by Reid, a 15-year-old Bieber spent a now infamous 48-hour period with Diddy, seemingly unsupervised, at the rapper's home, where they went full buck crazy. I think yesterday on my live, I might have showed this, that video with Diddy and Justin Bieber interacting. And they were talking about this car. Justin wanted to drive this fast car that Diddy had, and Justin was only like 15 with a learner's permit. Reid first met Puff Daddy. Reid first met Puff Daddy as he was then known, while looking for a new A&R man, and was so knocked out by his creative talents that he introduced him to Clive Davis and ensured he got the advance recording studio and everything he needed to create Bad Boy Records. So Diddy got introduced to Clive by L.A. Reid. So as y'all see, everything gets rooted back to L.A. Reid. Jesus. When Reid, who is himself being sued for SA and harassment by a former colleague, signed Usher as a teenager, he sent him off to be mentored by Diddy for a year when he was 14 years old. Child, a whole year. 365. Diddy has now been charged with a host of sex trafficking and racketeering offenses, with upwards of 120 victims already coming forward, with the rapper's relationship with Usher and Bieber coming under renewed scrutiny in the wake of the allegations. Former X Factor judge Reid's memoir pieces together how Diddy, Usher, and Bieber all became interlinked, and how he was the common denominator. Child, we looking at the right man while we over here looking at Diddy and we looking at the Kels. We need to be looking at this bald-headed man right here. We need to be looking at L.A. Reid. This is L.A. Reid hugging Usher and the Bieber. Reid wrote in his tell-all memoir about his first interaction with Justin, who, according to the music producer, has a beautiful face, trending hair, and natural charisma. Reid himself, so he didn't describe the boy as a beautiful face. What did he say? Reid wrote in his tell-all memoir about his first interaction with Justin, who, according to the music producer, has a beautiful face. So he's describing, this is not a little girl, a little boy. He's describing this boy who was then 14 of having a beautiful face, trending hair, and natural charisma. Reid himself discovered Usher, and the pair remained close friends even after the star has signed even after the star has signed to another label, and would often exchange gifts. Gifts, huh? He recalled how Usher phoned him in October 2008 to ask if he'd be in his office all afternoon because he had something he wanted to bring to me. How you treating people as gifts, child? At 4 p.m., Usher arrived with an adorable 14-year-old boy. This kid was beautiful, like a woman can be beautiful and men rarely are, and he turned it on as soon as he stepped into the room. Y'all, he describing this little boy as like it's a damn woman. This kid was beautiful, like a woman can be beautiful and men rarely are, and he turned it on as soon as he stepped into the room, Reid recalled. He sounded like he probably had his eyes closed as he was saying that. Bieber immediately sat down at the piano and started singing before playing his guitar and talking almost like it was a nightclub act. This is Justin Bieber, Usher said. Usher didn't just bring me a kid with an amazing voice. He brought me a born entertainer, someone who would become the biggest of them all, Reid recalled. When Usher said he had a gift, he wasn't kidding. Reid then decided to sign Justin straight away and claimed his hair was every bit as important as his songs and his voice. He explained since he was a minor, it took a couple of days to get his parents involved and signed off. Crazy, y'all. It's just crazy reading it. The next time Bieber came to the office with his manager, Scooter Braun, Justin had grown his hair so that it was almost covering his eyes, which Reid described as a catchy look that was all his own. I could see immediately that Justin's hair would be every bit as important as his songs, his voice, his face, or his presence, he said, adding that teens would want to copy his haircut. Reid went on to gush every more about Justin in his book, saying Justin was simply beautiful. His superpower was his face. His hair and his appearance were only part of his charm. Justin had all his natural charisma. Justin had all this natural charisma that instantly transformed him into his own character. Whereas other artists had to work to develop the persona that they wanted to project, he was lovable and lively from the start, radiating personality. Usher played a huge role in jumpstarting Justin's career. While the relationship has always been seen as professional, in 2016, the Yes singer revealed that he felt like a mentor and Justin was more like family to him. Justin quickly became involved with the Caught Up crew, which featured P. Diddy, who also became a mentor to him. And it was also thanks to Diddy that when Bieber's voice broke, it didn't derail his future with Island Records. By his own admission, Reid had wanted to drop Usher when the same thing happened. Speaking to a Hollywood Reporter, he revealed how P. Diddy was the one to talk him around, telling him, don't be a fool. Don't sell your stock in Usher. He's still going to be a star. He's everything you thought he was the day you signed him. With that advice in mind, he hired a vocal coach to help Bieber through the transition. I wasn't that way to Usher. I didn't give him the same kind of love and support at the time, but Puffy was right, he said. Reid is currently being sued for SA and harassment by a former colleague at Eric's Records, Drew Dixon, who says he assaulted her twice in 2011 on a private plane in the back of his private car. So Dixon, who rose to vice president of AR during her employment at Arista and has previously accused Reid of misconduct, claims Reid impeded in her career and prevented her from signing and cultivating artists such as John Legend when she rebuffed him in other instances. She departed from the company in 2002 and would return to the music industry, but her career failed to reach the same trajectory it initially achieved. Meanwhile, Justin is said to be disgusted by the allegations against Diddy, who was a mentor to him early in his music career. The new father has been advised to stay as far away as possible from anything and everything related to Diddy, a source close to Justin told US Weekly. But that directive hasn't been an issue for Justin, who reportedly wants nothing to do with the music mogul. Listen, they like, Justin, you ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me. Child, it's a sad, sad situation. In the industry, it look like everybody can get it. If you in the industry, Whew. Karen says, I watched Jaguar a while ago. I didn't see the interview. Piers Morgan had to back down with the power that Jay-Z holds until anything is proven against them. Yes, he did. Amanda says, so-called mentor, but predator, right? A lot of times mentor it's a disguise. It's a disguise. Watch your kids, what they say, watch your kids, watch your men, ladies, they trying to get everybody. Karen said Jaguar had lots and lots of videos out now. Too many to watch out now. Yeah, she's had video out for years. I've heard Jaguar speak a million of times. So at this point, I don't feel like it's really anything new I hear from her when I hear her speak because I've been following her for so long. So, but I don't think that woman lying. I think she probably, add some little sauce on a lot of her stories, but the root of what she says is it has truth to it. Ariane says Usher mom should be in jail too, with Justin mom hus for evil money. They're effed up, these kids. I agree. These parents should be held accountable. Ariane says Usher mom and Justin mom needs to be in jail for sending and selling their kids for even money, effed up their kids' life. Amanda says, I don't like hearing stuff like this. The wording is so vulgar. Poor Justin. Amanda says it is so true. No one is off limits. No one's off limits. Listen, y'all can have that industry. I don't want no parts of it. It's just disturbing hell just reporting on it. I come to you all to bring the news to report on it. And it's a lot just getting into the details of things. And like I said, I've heard more than enough stories on people being abused and essayed to where a lot of things just sound similar as far as someone saying how mentors, predators pose as mentors. Like that's real. Like it's very sad, and how parents just have been so trusting with their children to just go stay with this man just because he got $1 million and he's saying he can make your child famous. Like it's just crazy. And then with Usher giving what he knew, what he experienced in the 1 year he lived with Diddy, he then going to bring young Justin Bieber to the same people. Like it's like, what do you mean I got to give? It's just like, okay, Usher, are you saying, hey, so y'all can leave me alone, let me kind of replace myself with this person? Like what's really going on? Why would you even do that? I wonder what's Usher's and Justin Bieber's relationship like? I wonder, have they ever, had a conversation about it? Like, does Usher say, well, Justin, it happened to me. This is just what happened. You got a lot of money. You're okay. You just took one for the team, for your family. Like, what do you say? because sometimes people are willing to just do things for fame or fortune. Like, do they rationalize it by, okay, well, yes, these things happen, but think about, where your life would be if, if you hadn't gotten this record deal. Would you, and say you didn't experience this abuse, but you also didn't have this level of success and fame? Like, I'm just trying to understand, how are they rationalizing it? If, are they putting the fame and fortune above, like, the traumatic experiences? And I'm wondering if at the time they were, but now it's just like, if they could go back, if they would just give all that away just to have their mental peace, because you can't have mental peace when you're living with something like this, especially when you're living with it and you don't talk about it. It's like this secret. So it like, think about, like, we, with R. Kelly's daughter, when earlier in this live we talked about her story, and now she's 26 and she's sharing her story, and she's saying that abuse allegedly took place when she was 8 or 9. Think about all those years she just kept this inside, and just her, and say her mom knew, or whoever, she couldn't just openly just, talk about it for whatever reason, because she was told, well, don't say nothing. You got to keep it to yourself. We got to protect these people. We got to protect the bag. Like, a lot of times, victims who don't say anything, they're told to not say anything, and given these reasons um, to not say anything, and led to believe that if they say something, it's going to just make things worse, or that it's not favorable if they say something. Or maybe they're told, well, if you say something, people are just going to victim shame you, so don't say nothing. Like, I don't know, it's just all kinds of craziness that I know that people are told, that um to get them to not talk. So so when you all hear people sit on stories for years and years and years, just think about that. Think about the why. Listen to their reasoning as to why they did not speak, because a lot of times it was rooted in maybe the protection of other people, or it was rooted out of fear, threats. Like, what they say, the rabbit hole runs deep, child. The rabbit hole runs deep. The rabbit hole runs deep. PM says, yes, the industry is very wicked and sad. It is. Yvonne says, it's been said Justin has no more contact. It's been said Justin has no more contact with Usher. Okay, so he doesn't have any contact with Usher or Diddy. Well, that's good, but hell, the damage is done. I wonder when's the next time we gonna hear from, what Usher out here. Is he still doing concerts? Because I want to hear what the hell he got to say in all of this. I want to hear what he got to say, because Usher and L.A. Reid, their names are real thick in this. I would like to, L.A. Reid has his book from 2016. And now the words from his book, people are starting to really dissect them now in 2024. And the description, it's the way he described this young boy to me. It's just like, what the hell? I don't know. Just something just seems off. It just sounds very off. Amanda says Usher was the handler. And from what I hear, just about everybody in the industry has one. But that's what it sounds like. I wonder, and if that's the case, and I've always been like a fan of Usher. As we talk about great music, I love Usher music. I saw him in Las Vegas last year, a year ago, at his residency. It was a great show, but I can move on. I don't have to ever see him again. I've seen him multiple times. I live here in Atlanta. I've seen him in concert a few times here in Atlanta. But now that I know what I know, I mean, a lot of these people, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just not really interested in trying to hear what they got to say, if it's anything other than them giving explanation for their role in the heinous things that's been put out here on the internet. Amanda says, get great music to me too, Chic. Yeah, it's great music. Like, that's what I say, two things can be true at one time. You have monsters who happen to also be talented. Many people will admit that their abusers had very monstrous ways about them, but they will also acknowledge certain things about them that was positive. Like it just be like that. And a lot of times, as I go back, and we talk about the reasons as to why people remain silent, a lot of times it can be the mind game too, the trickery of that, to where okay, this person just did this to me, but then you're aware of these other positive attributes also about this person. Maybe this person is your provider. This is your caretaker. This is the person that gives you money, that puts a roof over your head, food on your table. But also, this is the person who's abusing you. So then you're like, okay, well, if I tell, well, who's going to make up for these things, these resources that the abuser is providing me? So, okay, well, do I just run away, act like it's not happening? You see, so it's just so much that I can only imagine that will run through the minds of a person who's been abused. Amanda says they all had talents, but had more demons. Well said. Well said. So listen, we covered a lot tonight. It was a great live. We got into a lot of things. R. Kelly, his daughter Buku. You all check out the documentary on that network, the TV, the TVEI. Someone said that you can watch it for free on your iPad and your iPhone, but just Google it. Buku, R. Kelly's daughter Buku, and her siblings and her mother have a documentary that's premiered today. I'm gonna bring that website up again just so you all can see it. Someone in the chat said you can watch it for free. You see, you can watch it for free if you have an iPad and an iPhone. If you have an iPad and iPhone, so check it out. I definitely want to check it out, hear what she has to say, and we may be able to come back on another live and really, discuss some of the details that came about in the documentary. And it shows, like, for memberships, looks like it's $4.99. Just what if you are paying for, if you don't have the iPhone or iPad, you can pay $4.99 or $49.99 for the yearly membership. But if you just want to watch it one time, the 1 month, $4.99. I don't know how many episodes the special will have, but they did say there are at least two episodes that are out right now. So here's a picture of R. Kelly, and looks like his daughter Buku, whose birth name is Joanne Kelly. Joanne Kelly. So looks like she may be she's the oldest child of his. He has three. He has two girls, Joanne Kelly and Jaya Kelly, and then he has the son Robert Kelly Jr. So yeah, get into that. See what she has to say. Some of you may be on the fence about the allegations of whether or not you want to believe it or not. Some of you may be like, nah, I don't believe it. Some of you are like, he's got a mask. He did it. So I just want you to just, form your own thoughts and opinions. Watch the documentary. Do your research. If you got some questions, go to the internet, see if you can find some answers to the questions you have. Try to make sense of it. Try to make sense of it because this young lady, she's 26, she's pregnant. R. Kelly is about to be a grandfather, and she's ready to talk and speak her piece. And this is her time. This is her time. So I thank each and every one of you for joining me tonight on this live. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. As I like to say, as I head out, go out into the world, be the light in which you want to be shined onto you, meaning go out and be positive, think positive. Like attracts like. If you give off good energy, you'll get that in return. Listen, it's just the way it is. Law of attraction. I'm a believer. Take care of yourselves and one another, but most importantly, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your babies. Take care of your babies. Be vigilant. Ask questions. Do your research. Do your due diligence. We are honor students. Use discernment. Good night to you too, Amanda. And I will catch you all on the next broadcast. I am Chic. Peace. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.